some information on
This
it,
meeting is being recorded.
it will be considered as educational resources. And next part is, okay, my next question is, if you find an image or activity like this in the internet, can we simply use it as a teaching resources in your course if you like it? Someone, if you find, I mean, now you find the educational resources in a Google or somewhere, can we use as it is?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, my answer is no. Unless you need to notify the license first. Unless the resource is licensed for reuse or it is given in open license, then only it became an open education resources. If this image is copyrighted, we are not able to utilize or you are not able to use. If it is you are using, so you can use for your classroom purpose, but still, if someone finds it's copyrighted part, they can go for this one copyrighted issue may. And see, in this picture, it is an open educational resources by means they have created a license. See, you can able to see what is the name of the board under which there is the term called the work is licensed under CC by SA for citation, and that number was given. So this is will be considered as a open educational resources. The term CC will be that the Creative Commons license will be given. Then it will be considered as a open educational resources until otherwise it is a copyrighted one. So we need to process or we need to now get permission from the main person who is created, the main original author. Suppose you are taking this image from Google, we are not able to give the credit to the Google. So we need to get a permission from a original author or original person who created this. So we, and one more thing is that if you are creating this Creative Commons license, we need to give a attribution to the license holder, means the person who created. So first here it will be very clear the photo, then Pacific Gulf by uh, joharisan.com.au. So this is the original image was taken from that particular person. So they, that website is a original content creator. So that way we need to give the credit to them. So that if the licenses will be like this, then only we have a right to utilize this as a educational resources. So we are teaching learning education resources that are in public domain. So which are the images are there in a public domain and have been released under the intellectual property license that lets other people use and repurpose them for a free. And I'll coming to the point of public domain little later, so we can come to a conclusion about what do you mean by public domain. So now though we have an idea, means public domain means whatever will be available in website or something will be may not be considered as a public domain. Public domain has some different meaning in our Indian Copyright Act. So I'll discuss little later about this public domain aspects. So basically, this if the content is comprised like CC, that means Creative Commons license will be given, then it will be considered as a OER. So sir, now you can anyone look and see that from this image and this image you just observe, and I'll show you other images have any difference whether you are able to find out or not. So now you can see this image. I'll show you that now. I'm going to see that next one and I'll show the next image. What is the difference between these two images? You have anyone found that this image as well as now this? Anyone? So what is this difference between these two images? Hello? Sir, is it audible?
yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir. So, someone please let me know what is the difference between
Sir,
this.
it is interpretation of the image.
This, I'm just looking about this image alone. I'm telling ma'am. This first image I'm showing now. That one image is there, and next I'm giving this other image.
The full image and that half image is visible.
Yeah,
Both
we
are
just
same, sir.
zoom.
Both are same.
No, sir. Actually,
The
this
second one is cropped.
that's sir. It's not. They say I'm just zoomed in. So, which means what that OER have a right as. Sometimes the OER give the right to us only to use the same image. You can't do I mean zooming, or you are not able allowed to do cropping or something. So sometimes they give that option. Some most of the time OER means we can do that image in your own creation. So now I'm zooming that image and that and we are providing extra information about the students regarding the head part of that particular bird and that beagle part. So that way we are creating that image, or cropping or whatever will be there. It will be only allowed in case of OER only. We are not able to utilize. If you are doing this one in a copyrighted image, will be in a problem. So that is the reason why I'm just explaining this aspect. And next, so now we are going with what is that OER license will be. Basically OER license comprised of some 5 R's that will be called it as retain. For example, some content which is available in a Google or some open sources will be or somewhere in outside. What are the rights we will get if you are it will be there in OER. So first thing is retain. So license will be varied. That OER license, when it is OER also you need to be very cautious in what way we can utilize the particular image or particular material, particular document, and what license was given. First license was retained. So right to make, own, control the copies of a content. So retain in the sense, if some material available in some website, we can download, we can keep it our own. So we can make a copy. For example, download, duplicate, store, and manage. Here, if the license only to retain, you are not supposed to, you know um, what is it, this one we cannot able to share this material with someone. It is only the right to show or not store and you can use for us. So that is the first part, retain. And next one is reuse, the right to use the content in a wide range of way. In case of we can in a classroom, in a study group, or in a website, or in a video, if they are providing a right to us reuse, then only we can have a right to utilize this material for your classroom. So if you are downloading some material, it is as only the content to means retain option only if there means you are not allowed to reuse the content in the classroom. So which means what you have a license to obtain reuse also. So in even though we are we need to have this kind of things. And next one is revise. So you have a right to revise the things. Revise in the sense you need to change the content on your classroom or on your syllabus, based on your syllabus or based on your student capacity. We can modify the content, or we can adjust, or we can make it in a colloquial, little colloquial part, like instead of making some simple languages, we can convert it. So that way it will be there, it will be considered as revise. And next one is remix. Remix in the sense we will take 2 3 OER material and mix together, it will be called it as remix. And last one is redistribute. Redistribute in the sense either the original copy of the content you can share with someone, or else your remix part you can share with your content, or your revision part you can share with your students or anyone or your friends. So this will be called it as redistribute. So you just observe this. From this I'll ask some, I mean we'll go for some exercise. First one is retain. Retain in the sense we can download and duplicate and we keep it with us. Suppose download and we can take a printout and keep it with us. That is retain. We are not allowed to share. The second one is reuse, which means what we can reuse the content. Reuse the content with you can share it in your classroom and you can project, you can upload it in a website, something like you can do that. And third one is revise. You can revise the content based on your student requirements or your audience requirements. You can adjust and adapt. You can add some images or something like that you can do. And remix in the sense you can take 2 3 OER material and mix them and mash up. Then you can submit to your group. So that will be called as remix. And last one is redistribute. Redistribute in the sense you can share the original content with your students, or you can share your revised content, or you can share your remix content. So these are the main part will be license aspect towards the OER. Okay. So your activities now. So for the first point, user can combine multiple OER into single new resources, which means what? These are the activity to use. So can you rate like which is reuse, which is retain, which is um, redistribute and revise. So if you want, you can write. I mean, title alone, someone you can write in PPT and you can answer me. Retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. These are the 5 content, 5 license aspects will be there. Then you just tell me which are the answer for the next part. So can I move for the next slide?
Yes, sir.
So you just someone are just try to answer this question. First, a user can combine multiple OER into single new resources, which means what?
Remix, sir.
Remix. Okay. Next, user of the resources can make copies and share with them. With them. Uh,
Redistribute, sir.
so it is clear. Use. Okay. So next one is user reusers uh, can store copy of the resources for their own personal use. User of the resources can store a copy of the resources for their own personal use.
Retain, sir. Retain.
Retain. User can share their original resources or the new derivative with
That is
others.
remix, sir.
One is remix. Okay. User can make changes to resources to a suit specific learning context.
Reuse.
Okay. So answer is first for first one remix is correct. Second is reuse, which means what? We are downloading some copies and sharing with the students. You are not touching anything, so that will be considered as reuse. And third one is use the resource will be retain, you said right. And third one is redistribute, which means what? We are sharing the content and you are editing. So derivative means we are from the original source, we are deviating something. We are from the base, we are changing some modification. We are doing some modification in it. It will be called it as redistribute. And last one is revise. Revise in the sense you are changing the original content. So suit for your specific learning context, it will be considered as revise. Okay. So here, which are 5 R's involved adapting. So for the first three, like reuse, retain, and redistribute, there is no much difficulties because retaining simple things in the download and copying your own, no need of that any license aspects or something. And reuse also doesn't matter because we are going to adopt the same material which is given by them, so you are not changing anything, so it is also no issue. And redistribute also, and if you are simply means you can share the resources with the students and fellow teachers who may even different from original intent. And so if that particular material is created for the FDP, from sharing this material with my students, it doesn't matter. It won't affect anything. So that redistribute also not having any issue in adopting part. But when you are going for a revise and remix, you need to be very much clear. So what you are going to do, what kind of refining you are doing. So something you have a responsibility. What is your specific need? So based on which we need to create. So like perhaps you want to shorten the content, simplify the language, add substitutes, many things will be there in the revise aspect. So you need to be little clear or little cautious. Suppose simply you are remixing from here some videos or some audios or something which is not in a synchronized way, it will be in a problem. So that is the reason why we need to create the content. When you are grabbing some content from many resources, in case of aspect, we need to know clearly which are the things we are going to mix. Okay. And last part, you just understand this: availability of revise and remix is expressly forbidden fully copyrighted works. Some works which is there, it shows like fully called all rights reserved copyright. If it's there like that, you are not supposed to do revise and remix. Okay. Suppose some material I'm seeing in a Google, I'm just taking some material and sharing with you. I mean, in that case, you can directly share the link with the students instead of giving taking some information from that group, a particular website, and putting in your presentation aspect. So better you can directly give the link and show them that itself. If you are doing some revise and remix, it will be in a problem. So common practice like photocopying of copyright books are illegal. So some, if you are taking a book, and even though many times we are doing, when we are having book, we are telling the students, okay, you just take a photocopy of these things, and see if the book is bought under your name, you means you are giving your student to take a photocopy, so you are violating the copyright of the material. So you need to very much clear this copyright aspects. Okay. So it doesn't mean like if you are simply the students are taking photocopy of the book, it no, it is not a things like they are doing, so it is we won't affect it like that. It is not like that. The who is the owner, because the sometime now when we bought the book, we have a right to retain the book with us, and we can use for our personal use only. It doesn't mean you can use for your classroom, but so sometimes it is like photocopying of books are illegal na? So that way most of the times it will be rights, all rights reserved copyright like that will be there in the books. So you need to be very cautious when you're revising and remixing some material taken from the books or something. So you need to be very clear. And one more part we are looking, most of the time we are saying that so putting a source of that material will be we are will be escape from means copyright aspects. Not like that exactly. Until otherwise it is how and not a OER content. It is not like you are no, you are just doing fair deal. Even though if you are putting some name or something, it will be again. It is not a means there is a concept of plagiarism as well as copyright. So both are different. So in case of plagiarism, if you are citing an article or something, you will be avoiding plagiarism. But in case of your copyright, it will be different from the plagiarism. I will discuss little later those aspects. The next part is, what do you mean by open license? So OER shows an open license. Open license reserves a specific right provide to a specific permission in advance, which makes it easier to educator to use the resources. So that open license, why we are telling to put a CC or that Creative Commons license before, so it easy to us to identify which is OER content and which is no has no, we have access of open license or something. If content is not open license, again we need to face the consequence of copyright. So that is the reason why we need to find the content. That is the reason we are telling us to put you know putting mentioning the open license in the material itself. So if we having the case like it will be available to anyone, so they can utilize for their purpose. So that makes specified no, permission in advance. There is no requirement of getting permission from someone to utilize the PPT or utilize the material of someone. And next one is open license operate with the national copyright law. Again, the default position in creative works will be protected in the all rights reserved copyright. So that's what I said. No, the copyright is automated. Authors do not need to register their copyright and or apply the symbol for it is protected. Suppose again, I'm telling you, if I'm preparing a PPT, even if you are also when you're creating some notes in your Word document, or if you're writing, if you're sing first songs you are singing, the songs you're suppose you're a writer, you are creating some songs, or if you're creating some music or anything we are creating at your own, so you're the main creator, means no need to possess the copyright also, because obviously when you're creating something itself, suppose if you're creating a PPT itself, that PPT will be copyrighted. Okay, that was mentioned in many places. Copyright is automatic. Authors do not need to register for the copyright or apply. But we need to register for the copyright if you want as a ownership. But still, when someone has created the content, that time itself that particular content will be become a copyrighted one. Okay, even if again that's the reason I'm highlighted this, even if a work does not display the copyright symbol, we must assume that it's all rights reserved by default. Okay, so that is the reason why the next part will be coming, that Creative Commons takes different approach. The host a set of free license to let copyright holders giving a certain permission. Here again I'm telling you that if person is giving a creative content license, which doesn't mean there is no copyright. Copyright also there, and he allow us to utilize for that particular PPT. For example, if I'm using this PPT or if I'm creating this PPT, I'm sharing with you, which doesn't mean it doesn't have a copyright. Okay, it has a copyright, but I'm giving in an open license, so you can use this or you can use for your other works. So that is there. And now coming to the point of Creative Commons, what is Creative Commons? Creative Commons is a non-profit organization enables of sharing and use of creativity and knowledge through free legal tools. The Creative Commons license allow content creators to openly declare the level of sharing allowed to their works. So they can, again I'm telling, so there is a specific limit. So they can say it is up to reuse purpose only, or redistribute purpose only, or a revise purpose only. Like that they have a permission we need to given in the license itself. So we are going to see the license aspect. So basically the open educational resources will be like that. Open education resources distribute under Creative Commons license as CC by, which means we have attribution. Same, they have maps, open resource education material, education materials are in public domain, or education material released under open license. If it is the case, then we can use. Okay, so it is there in a public domain or it is in open license, it will be considered as OER. Or again, open educational OER educational materials which can be legally shared or reused, adapt, revise, use in a remix. So likewise, this entire map will discuss about the OER. This OER will be very clear and which to uh, you know adapt. So OER can be accessed through Google Advanced Search, CC Search, or Google Filter. This way also how we can able to get this OER material. So for which we have a separate search engines out there. In Google also we need to go for advanced search, we can get the OER material. So that way we need to able to access these things. And again, OER desirability depends on the openness level 1, so revise remix this contents. So everything will be discussed in this map. So next part I'm doing. So why this CC license is needed? So there is two license we are putting. One is CC, other one is C. The C as to be considered as a all right reserve. Is assumed that for any creative work, even is if the copyright symbol is not used, even though there is no copyright symbol, it will be copyrighted. So you are not supposed to use. And this one, all creators that want to share their works, a legal way to define exactly what kind of sharing is allowed. So we'll tell you can take my works and I'll define. Okay, you can share this one for a education purpose or for a commercial purpose, or you can edit or not edit. Like that, I'll define my license aspect. Then you can use this particular material. So the Creative Commons license is legally wide and accepted form of licensing, which means like mean to work in a conjunction to support all rights reserved rights. Okay, basically again I'm telling though CC doesn't mean there is no copyright, since it is copyright, but the particular author is giving to access to everyone. That means like copyright is there, but whenever you are using that material, we need to give them the uh, attribution. Okay, so that is there. And next one is applicable license. So first one is Creative Commons. It is not about giving up rights to your work, but making available content to the certain conditions. Okay, license context of four major models. One is attribution, that by which means that it is a attribution, requiring attribution for the original author. Suppose someone created the PPT, we need to give the who is the original author, we need to put their name as a attributor. So that attribution need to be given. So the original author attribution need to be given. So that is the part will be by. Second one is SA, share alike, which means what, allowing derivative works under the same or similar license. So if you are derivative means you can edit the work or revise the work. You can revise the work as the same like. So after derivative also you need to follow the same licensing. Okay. The next one is non-commercial. If I'm putting NC in it, which means what, it is not allowed to utilize for a commercial purpose. Requiring work is not used for a commercial purpose. So if you are putting NC, it is not for a commercial purpose. And no derivative works, which means what, allowing only use the original work without derivative. So you can use the PPT as it is, but you are not supposed to change or modify my PPT. So this way that license will be given. No derivative works means allowing only the use of original work, not to derivatives. But no commercial means you can use for a non-commercial purpose. So you can, sorry, if it's no commercial purpose, it's like you can use for a non-commercial purpose. It's not allowed for a commercial aspect. And share alike means you can use for a derivatives work, but it will be the license will be share alike. The same license will be applicable there also. And these models will be combined frequently, currently with six major licenses. These are the way. First one is CC by, which means what, only attribution is there, means you can do whatever you want. You can make it no derivatives. We can use for commercial purpose or like that you can use. Second one is attribution alike, which means what, CC by SA, you are allowed to share alike. So, but you are not here also. They are not discuss anything about non-commercial aspect or else non-derivative aspect. So it's also no much difference. And third one is no derivatives. CC by no derivatives, which means what, you need to give the attribution and no derivatives will be allowed here. So you can use only the same material as it is. And third one is non-commercial. So you can use or you can derivative you can do, but you are not allowed to use for this non-commercial purpose. Okay. And last one is CC non-commercial share alike, which means what, it is not allowed for a non-commercial purpose and you need to share license alike. So what license we are given, the same like as like we need to use that content. Okay, so that is there. And for the six license will be there in the model. So that will be there. So one is public domain. So public domain, in the case you can copy, publish, no need to give attribution. You can use for commercial use and modify, adapt, changes, changing license aspect. Everything will be. But see, by also you can do all the things. When you are putting CC by, which means like there is no difference between public domain as well as CC by. And next one is CC by SA. So you are not able to change the license. You can use the license which is there as it is, so that is the way you can protect. So same way, will be there. These are the things will be discussed in the license. And now I'll coming to the point of public domain. So now can anyone tell what do you mean by public domain? Hello? Excuse.
Yes, sir. It's publicly available, like anybody can use it for their research purpose.
Okay. So it will be available publicly. So that is the idea things we are discussing. Okay. But one thing is publicly available domain comprised of all created works for which no exclusive copyright regulation or rights apply. So which means that no one able to claim it is my work. So there is no copyright at all. So in case of that CC content, I'm telling that Creative Commons license means again copyright is there. They are allowing us to use, but see the public domain means there is no copyright. There is no copyright at all. There is no exclusive copyright for any particular things. For example, in South we are preparing sambar or rasam or idli. Who is having the copyright for it? If this recipe is mine, no one can claim because it is like we don't know when it is created. And so that is that way will be considered as a public domain. It, since it is available, something is available in public, it doesn't mean it is public domain. The work which has no copyright at all, which means which is called as public domain. See, okay. So what are the things will be public domain? The rights have expired. So many countries having their own copyright act. In India also we have a copyright act separately. So this is like basically from US content, I think. So the rights have expired only after 50 years or more. So the like if someone is, suppose I'm creating this PPT today, no one can touch. I mean, if it is copyrighted PPT, it is not available for anyone until 50 years. So after my 50 years, somebody can use this one as a no, public domain document. Until otherwise, it will be considered as a copyrighted document only. For here, though example they are given works of Shakespeare. So now Shakespeare is no more. So there and their works will be more than 50 years. So they will be considered as public domain. And next, rights have been forfeited. Okay, suppose for example the state may commission someone to create a work specifically for a public domain. So some work will be created for a public domain only, so that rights will be forfeited, so rights will be taken back. So in this case also it will be called it as public domain. And third one is copyright is inapplicable. So that was I'm telling, who owns the copyright of a recipe of fish soup or something will be there. I'm asking, I told no, that recipe of idli, a recipe of sambar or anything we are using. So preparing, no, for this the recipe will be, it's not a copyrighted recipe because no one has a copyright. We don't know when it is origin. So that way that copyright is inapplicable for some kind of materials. The next one is copyright is expressly vivid, which means what, that particular author he applied get a copyright and he said like I don't want a copyright. So it will be for a, I'm giving this one for some you know public. I mean, it's given, put it for a public. It will be free available to for everyone as they say. So something will be happen. If I'm preparing some material, I'm thinking like I don't want any copyright, so it will be given to the nation. So it will be surrendered to the nation. So that way it will be considered as copyright expressly vivid. So that time also we can use the content license called CC0. So CC0 means there is no copyright in the content. So before this, I'll take you to some other aspects. So why we need to talk about this CC? I mean OER, this and that. So again, I'll coming to the point. This OER will be adopted by United Nations in UNESCO by the year 2013 and all. So we are, everyone knows, like every now in any aspects we are talking about, everyone, all the research articles, everything moves with the con, uh, concept of SDG. Na? So UNESCO also stating that this OER is much required, and they are giving more guidelines related with the OER. And so they are discussing more things about that OER no actions like related with the SDG goal, and like SDG goal 4, 5, 9, 10, and 16 as well as 17. So all these goals will be related with this making the contribution, I mean education aspects. And so, and as well as they are telling this content will be given to everyone, so that way it is there. And second one is, um, I'll tell you one more aspects, this public domain. I'll show you one thing. So in India, so as I said earlier, there in that US part, you'll have a copyrighted content which is there in a public. After 50 years, will be considered as a public domain. So publicly available means after 50 years will be considered as a public domain. In India, copyright generally at least 60 years after the author's death. Okay, so if author, if some content is created, if author is dead, then after 60 years only the content will be considered in a public domain. That is one, or else 60 years after the work publication, depending upon the content and the nature of work. So based on which we'll be saying the copyright things, expiring aspects. So if copyright expires, then only will be considered the doc. I mean that particular document or that particular material will be there in public domain. So as of now, in as per Indian law, that particular content or document or image or music or anything, drawing, picture, painting, everything will be copyrighted for when if it is for a 60 years from the date of it created, or 60 years after the death of author. So either way, the two things will be there. Okay, so that is why we need to be very cautious in case of using the copyrighted content. So that is the reason like we are moving toward the CC aspects. See, Creative Commons, which is like OER, so open, it is available for everyone. Anybody can use for their education purpose without violating any copyrighted issue. Okay, so some documents will be there in public domains, which means that without any copyright, then only we can use without quoting anyone's name or something like that. And so everyone, I'm taking other example also. Then this is like Harvard University. They are using that how we can utilize the copyrighted content, and all. They are very much clear how to use the copyrighted things. Okay, so most of the things I'm using showcasing that website of a particular university or particular domain, because these are content are copyrighted. Okay, so that is the reason. So in this case, uh, that is the reason why I'm showing in a you know website itself. So I may use this one as a PPT, but still there again how, even though we can use this copyrighted content in PPTs or something, but we need to put some other way, some license part. But so anyhow, I'll show directly from their website itself. Okay, so what do you mean by copyright? Or copyright already know, it's like right to the author or artist or composer who created the original content. For them they are giving the copyright. So suppose we are using the copyrighted content, we need to get a proper permission from the original owner. Okay, that is the, and why I'll show you that main part. Okay, see, this is a case I'm telling. There is a difference between a copyright infringement, infringement and plagiarism. Can I see? Can I avoid infringement by crediting the source? Suppose most of the time we are all doing, we will put, we'll take the image from somewhere and put it in a website, put it in a PPT, and we are presenting, and then we are quoting them. So that's it. So again, I'm telling, it doesn't means we are avoiding that infringement of create infringement, which means like we are doing copyright infringement. Okay, so we are not avoiding. Even if you're putting a source, it doesn't mean like you are not violating the copyright. Okay, so first point is no, copyright and infringement as a plagiarism are two different things. Okay, that is the first thing. Plagiarism is misappropriation of another's works, passing out its own without indicating the sources. If what we will be call it as plagiarism, if you are taking or if you are putting someone's a content in our material, and if you are not citing them, then it will be considered as a plagiarism. If you are citing, plagiarism will be not there. Okay, plagiarism means we need to avoid plagiarism, we need to cite the authors whose work will be there. That is the thing. But in case of copyright, it is not like that. It is possible to plagiarize a work without infringement of a copyright. Yeah, okay. For example, if you take another's idea without proper attribution, even though not copy the language or borrow any work of a copyright as expired, even though, see, if suppose we are talking about Shakespeare's work, if Shakespeare's work will be there in public domain, even though there is copyright is not there, it copyright expired. But if you are taking the content of Shakespeare's, we need to quote said. I mean, it is stated by Shakespeare, like that we need to quote. Otherwise, it will be plagiarized. Okay, but even though without plagiarism there will be a copyright issue, even so conversely infringement without plagiarism will also happen. Proper citing the work you are copying does not avoid liability of infringement. See what, which means what, even though if you are citing a someone name in your article or some ppt, doesn't mean you are avoiding that infringement of the copyright. Okay, we are, which means what, you are violating the copyright rights. See, you can avoid plagiarism by means, but you are not able to avoid a copyright. So this is the main thing, first thing. So in case of US, the copyright will be existing up to 70 years to 120 years. So that will be different. So in Indian context, copyright is different. Okay, so I'm highlighting this one because since we are mostly in Indian context, whatever you are saying, like we want, okay, so that is not that much serious about. But see, many universities of many foreign universities and many India, in Indian universities also, we are started in creating the OER materials and all. But still, we need to know about what is copyright and what is how we can use fair usely use the copyright aspects and all. Okay, so I will tell that fair use aspect little later, but we come to the point of OER. So again, I'm telling you one more, one more thing I will show you. This copyright and educational fair use guidelines. In some things like will be there. Suppose you are copying some 250 words from a poem or 2000 words from an article or something, it will be not considered as copyrighted. But if it is more than that, if you are using someone's image, someone's some video or some content, I mean some music or some you know programming, this and that, that will be under the copyright things. Okay, so this is the thing. And now though we're coming to the point of creative common license. So how we can create the creative common license? Suppose you are very much related with society. You are thinking that whatever I'm preparing a material, I need to put this one for my society, it will be helpful for them. So if you are thinking like that, when you are preparing a material, you will create this creative common license for your material and put it in a OER. So then, which means what, it will be available to everyone, so they can utilize the material, and damn sure they will cite, okay, your name. So obviously if it is a creative common content, they need to give your means attribution. So if you are creating this, if you are preparing some text or if you are taking some photos or something you're making, so that is your own content, you put it in a website or somewhere, but you need to make it clear it will be creative common license one. So then many can use your resources and many can make you, suppose many nowadays people are using the video classrooms, or they're creating some videos for their students or something. In this case, when you're uploading in a YouTube something, you'll mention that the license of creative common license, otherwise it will be copyrighted one. So if it is copyrighted one, people are means, so you are not able to, in India we are adopting as it is like but if people are knowing about this copyright content and this one, so they'll slightly avoiding you to cite your website, or cite your videos for their classroom purpose. So that way your views also will get reduced. So if you are creating the content, then you can put it in a creative common license. So we will be creating the creative common license using this Creative Common organization. This is the Creative Common website, so you can get your license. So licenses doesn't mean you need to create. How we can see in this PPT we are used like license will be there now. This work is released under the Creative Common License 4.0 CC by CC by NCSA. This, if you are able, if you are knowing this, you can able to put what you want exactly. Then you can use as it is. No need of putting in a website, this website, and grasp, getting that information. So here also they will discuss what do you mean by CC by, what do you mean by CC by SA, like that they will tell you, and you can directly create. So license and tooling will be here in this part. License and tool you can click. If you are clicking that, it will take you to how we can prepare a license, how choose a license. You can give the choose. Then it will ask, do you know about do you have a do you know which license you need? If you're putting yes, then you'll take directly to license. So which license you want? CC by 10, CC by, so CC by 0 means there is no attribution, it will be there in public domain. So if you are creating some command content and you don't want your name to be as a author, but you want to give it simply to the means general public, so you can put CC 0. Otherwise CC 4.0 or CC by SA, like that. If you're clicking, it'll show what do you mean by attribution, no derivatives, like that. Or else, see, this one I'm putting attribution, non-commercial, share alike. This is what we are using. So which means they are allowed to use, but they are allowed to use the content by editing the content. So then you, after giving this next, they will ask you title of the work. So here nothing is mandatory. You can create whatever you want. If you want to put your name, you can put link of the work. If you want to put, you can put. Then which year you want to put. So if you are putting those things, it will create a license for you. For example, here this work, this right side corner, you will be able to see this work is licensed under CC by uh, NCSA. So we didn't give any name or a title of the work or something. So that is the reason. Obviously, it comes. So license abbreviation will be there, and you just go with a copy. Once you are copying, will be copied and paste wherever you want. If you are doing like this, your content will be free for everyone. It will be free to utilize by the considered as a OER, and anybody can use. Okay, so if you are uploading in a OER domain and also if you are putting the CC content, no, creative content license if you are giving, so anybody can use by attributing a name, and it will be available in public also. Okay, so now we'll coming to the point how we can able to search the uh, content in a Google Images or YouTube videos or any other medium which has a Creative Commons license. Suppose I'm searching here. What do you mean by so images of financial management? Suppose it's general, we have find many images. Hope you are following. I think. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm in Google platform here. This is normal. I'm just clicking image, but I'm typing financial management, something like that. So you are able to find many images, but still understand that all these images have copyrighted one. If you are using these images, it's very, even if you are, means I'm taking this Wall Street Mojo image. I'm taking this image. I'm putting in my, slide or something. I'm quoting that Wall Street Mojo. It doesn't. I am said as I said in that. Um, Harvard University part. If you are putting this one, you are avoiding plagiarism, but it doesn't mean you are, infringement of, infringement of copyright is not there. Avoiding infringement of copyright is not there. So you are violating the copyright here. So how we can do? You can, after typing this content, you can go directly to the tools. If you are clicking the tools, again some more things will be there: size, color, type, time. So this will be the kind of filter. Suppose you're clicking time for the past 24 hours, what are the content will be uploaded in Google, it will become first to you. And type, what kind of type you want, a clip art, line, GIF, something. Or color, what kind of black and white picture you want, a transparent something. So if you're clicking here, everything will be sorted or filtered. So last part is that usage rights. So here all rights, one is all, or one, next one is Creative Commons license, other one is commercial and other license. If you're using that commercial and other license, if you're taking some image, you need to get permission for them, and you need to pay for your utilization of the resources, because commercial things, in the sense most of the images will be commercial image, you need to get a prior permission to utilize. For example, if I'm clicking Creative Commons license, again few images will come, but it's not a full images, but still many other website is there for exactly for images. So here some title, I see these are the images. Now it is showing in Google website with the Creative Commons license. So if you are using these images, you can put this where you are taken from. That's it. So now you are avoiding plagiarism as well and avoiding copyright violation also. So both the things will be violated. I mean, avoided. So you can use this one. So this is one website, Google image you can do. The next one is other website will be there. Okay, this other website will be Okay, this again. Now I'm in YouTube. So again, in case of YouTube, we want to show some videos to your students. Like, um, okay, so I want to show some videos. It will be useful to them. Now, as you know, NEP 2020, we have some ITC base, ICT based tools you need to use for your classroom teaching. So blended mode of teaching, many things will now came. So all the faculties news, now we are going to adopt many, video based and these kind of things because NEP 2020 they are stating like need to be almost 60% of the courses need to be taken outside by the students and rest of the 40% faculty need to adopt some blended mode or some technical aspects things need to be adopted. So that was we are discussing and that was they are discussing in the 2020 NF 2020. So they have a separate section for the technological aspects. Okay, so now everyone need to be go with some kind of adapting technology for their classroom session. Okay, so that they're saying about the four quadrant approach. One is like digital material, I mean, speak material. Another one is digital video, audio content, and assessment, and other one likewise. So that four quadrant approach need to be adapted. Suppose you are creating any swine videos or something, so this will be there. And other one is like between they can assess the student, and next one is discussion part. So these things need to be there in a when you are preparing for the means for classroom materials and all. So for which now if you are going with the flip mode of teaching, so we will adapt directly adapting this kind of video materials to share the students to understand what is there in that. So in this case of taking the video also we need to be very cautious to use the videos which is available without copyright. Okay, so that is having the CC again. So if I'm typing that introduction to GST, suppose like that, since I'm belongs to commerce or something, I'm putting that introduction to GST. You are finding many videos. Suppose if you are as it is like normally if you are choosing, for example, now I'm choosing this. Let's see. If I'm putting this introduction to GST without any changes, it will come. So many videos you can find. But again, some of the videos will, most of the videos will be copyrighted videos here also. So then you go to the right side corner. There will be concept called filter. If you are applying the filter, see this many things will be there when filter has uploaded type duration features and short by. So if you want a video particular video only, so there if you want to from particular channel you can start, or when the recent video if you want you can put it the last hour today like that. And duration also, most of the time we are using the video content which is less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so it will be easy to the student to understand the content or concept very easy. So that's the reason we are using the very minimal video or less than 20 minutes or something. And next one is feature here, though you can understand very important aspect is there, that is called as creative comment, which means what that particular video which is available at without means we have a like, copyright, but it will be I mean CC license, Creative Commons license. So you can use this particular video for your classroom discussion, and you have a in between in that video you can put a question and all that. We also use we can use right interactive video you can create. So for that interactive video you can utilize. So if you are putting this kind of sort, then you can able to find the videos, most of the videos available with a Creative Commons license. If these videos are there, damn sure these particular videos will be taken by our lectures, and also mostly it will be taken for our lectures because CC license will be there, so anybody can use that one. Next one is in Google search also. Suppose I'm searching here Creative Commons license. Okay, generally if I'm searching something will be there, something Creative Commons license like that I'm searching. Again here also we need to be very cautious which website, if some website we are taking content will be copyrighted, so we need to go when we go to the end. So go to the setting. If you are clicking the setting at the end, you are finding that advanced search. This advanced search will go bottom. So usage items will be there. Not filtered by license will be there in Google, but you need to go with the filtered by license. So which license you want? Free to use or share? Free to use, even commercially I can use, or free to share or modify. So in the website itself, they are giving the content which can be modified, which can be commercialized. That license will be given here. So I'm using the free to use and share. I don't want to modify. Suppose I'm giving this kind of advanced search, even though I'll get some content. That content will be Creative Commons license. So you can use this content and utilize in your classroom materials and also. These are the way you can search the content. And many websites are there. Many links are there to search a OER resources. Like for example, oercommons.org. Uh, so again, these are all like online resources or open educational resources, whatever maybe you can say. So this will be open educational resources will be available commonly for a general anybody, faculty, students, everyone will get. So this OER common, the here also we can get search and get the materials. And next one is this license aspect you have seen, and this one then CC search will be there. Creative Commons search, they are also having some website. For example, see, so this is we call it a CC search. So if you are putting the CC search, you'll be considered it's like a Google search. So even uh, so this is CC search portal. Here you can search your material, and even if you want image, clips, or sound, many things will be there. So here also we can able to download and get. And next one is Flickr. So this Flickr will use means Creative Commons images. If you are searching some images, you'll get. So if I'm putting some conflict, if you are teaching the class like MCOP market management concept and organizational behavior, we have a concept called organizational conflict in the classroom. So you can use the images, but very few images will be there here. So some because many things will be may not be there, but some images you can find. It's not like as it is like images available in Google, but here we will get some images. It will be with the Creative Commons, so it will be easy. And these are like OER resources, like you can say Internet Archives, right? This way. And so I want to tell you two important aspects for us, for you all. Like one is this one, it is copyright aspect. And so, 1 minute, let it come. So now most of time we are translating some materials, right? In nowadays in your classroom materials, we are translating in our convenient language. For example, some English materials, or suppose you want to read some Hindi content, you can able to convert it in Tamil also. So now Government of India, Ministry of Higher Education, and all, they created with the help of AICTE, they have created many content, I mean translating websites. So even you can have a Google translator and that, but still in this particular website you can able to translate the content which which has 20 pages content. You at a time you can able to translate, okay. So even you can say like Google translator is there, yes, Google translator is there, but still this is like mostly means it is available for us free, by it is given by our Ministry of Education. And also from that we can able to translate the two things. See here, translation will be there, and the two things will be there. One is Anuvadini is a main website under which you can go and translate online document translation. That what here I told, no, you can able to translate 20 pages content, okay. And next one is Chuki is there. In the Chuki it will be like as like normal Google translator. Here you can translate, you can able to type and translate a content as in our regional languages, okay. So this is the thing. So you first of all you need to choose which language you are going to translate, from where to where. For example, I'm putting English, so destination language I'm putting Tamil. So if I'm typing here to next page, directly the translation will be happening. So this is most easy for us to utilize. Like it looks same like a Google Translator, but still it is given by our government. And next, I'm telling this online translator will be there. This in the Tanuvadini website. So here you can able to upload 20 pages document and you can able to translate. Okay. And one more thing is like web-based multi-languageal form. So a web tool to create form to any Indian languages. So this is there, and many translation things will be available in this particular website. Will be called it as Anuvadini, okay. So this is the website given by our Ministry of Education to us. And so here too, voice to stay text, speech to speak, 3D audio, these are all kind of software. It will be useful for us to adapt for our means blended mode of teaching and all, okay. And yeah, video also, AI video analyzer, and you can have file reader and education, many things will be there. So this is will be given in case of translation aspect is very easy, so you can use. And so our Ministry of Education, we have many ICT initiatives of our part of education. One is like Swayam, everyone knows, and Swayam Prabha, now it is there in the form of digital TV. You can get everything on National Digital Library. And one important aspect to all faculties I need to discuss is that EPG Pasala. So you can able to get n number of book materials, video lectures, everything will be there. It is you can utilize for your classroom presentation. It is very 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 important and easy to take the content. So if you are going, suppose I'll show you this. And for example, this is taking you to other website. It is showing EPG Pasara. And you know that Sod Ganga already, everyone knows about it. It's like a thesis repository. And the Sindhu will be having a now repository for our journal. So many journal you can access from this. And IIT spoken tutorial, you know that IIT spoken tutorial now many things are there. Then national internship portal. Suppose now we are sending our students for an internship, so you can tell the students to apply here, so they will get internship. Okay, and some many of the things are there. And one more thing, as in the faculty development program, I need to tell you all. uh, I think most of you know, but some, if some was not known, please take this one also. We have a UGC common recruitment portal for all the central universities in India. Suppose you want to apply any central university, please note that you need to go for a the summer website, that will be UGC common recruitment portal. Since it is a FDP, I'm telling you all, please register now itself, because registration process will be like, it's it's like it may take at least 1 week or something. Or if you are very, your internet connectivity is too good and you are having all the document digital, is easy for you. But if it is not like that, you will prepare all your documents ready and just try to apply that UGC common recruitment portal. Is now many recruitments are coming, so most of the recruitments will be done from that particular UGC common recruitment portal only. Because with that help only, I'm telling you, so I mean, so I applied, and I got the posting the last month because of that only. It means like if you are now waiting, so once recruitment come, then we can apply. It is very difficult. And whenever you are adding some papers, everything you can add, and you increase your points many times, it will be easy. So once you have prepared this UGC common recruitment portal, once you are filled, it will be applicable for your lifetime. Whenever a recruitment comes, you can apply from there. Most of the year after, most of the recruitment application will be from that only. So if you are finding any central university website recruitment, so directly it will be linked to that particular things only. Uh, so now that EPG Palasala is under maintenance, but otherwise you can able to get the many materials. Subject-based materials will be there. Video lectures will be there. So first day you can share that material video to the students, and next day you can discuss. And no need to give notes also. You can tell the notes will be based on a syllabus wise. The notes will be there in the EPG Palasala, so you can use that. So and this one, and last part I will come, if how we can able to use this copyrighted document. Okay, so one thing you can use in India, section 52 gives us uh, some rights. Okay, like that will be considered as a fair use policy. So under Section 52 in India, and the concept of fair use copyright is provided under Section 52 of the Copyright Act 1957. This provides that a person can use, reproduce a copyrighted work by adding copyrighted disclaimer. So here, though, you need to understand the copyright disclaimer you need to give. So after adding this, then you can use. Then the copyright disclaimer also, we need to be clear why you are using that. Okay. So in India, we can use documents for private research and criticism, reviewing, and reporting and current affairs, and for lectures in the public domain also we can use. But if it's in a commercialized, it will be, we are not able to utilize. But non-commercial purpose, it will be okay. So like in US also, there is a fair use policy. Uh, Okay, this will be called as disclaimer. So most of the time you can able to see in the YouTube videos also, you can able to see this kind of disclaimer. So if they are using the content for a fair use policy, we need to put, I'm using this content for fair use policy or something like that. Okay, so I use showcase the Creative Commons and all, like these are the things. now if you are able to work now, so you can go search one YouTube video with the CC content, Google browse one article with CC content, Google image with the one CC content, and OER comments also already discussed. So these are the things. And so you can, if practice, you can in your topic you can prepare some lesson plan with that OER and all you can do. Okay. And I'll come to the last part. This is copyrighted versus CC license work. So in case of copyright, it is restrictive in nature, it will be open in nature. These are all I'll discuss. Main thing I'll tell you, if you're having a copyrighted works, copyrighted works you are using, okay, you can, it's not okay to use, but if you are going to use, you can get a permission, prior permission from the original owner. Or else if you are using for a fair use, then you can put a disclaimer and use. And better, most of the time you try to use the OER material, which is very much available in the sources of Indian government website or many international websites. Many no, documents will be there with the CC license. You use by quoting that, by giving the attribution itself. No need to bother about things. Okay, I mean, instead of copyrighted part. And you have this kind of common, creative common, Google search will be there, open available resource. Many search engines are there. If you're going want to textbooks, direct to open access, open state college, millennium, like this many things are there. And in YouTube, MIT YouTube channel, Khan Academy, TED also they are having that CC content. So many places you can take that national repository for open educational resources. We in India we are having our own educational open educational resource repository, so you can download material from there. No need to be bother about this one, no CC part, like because most of the things will be CC part only. And Karnataka OER, Karnataka government also created their own OER resources, so you can take it from there. And multi educational resources will be there, open class course library, many things are there. So TEDx, these are the things you have able to find out many materials related to things. Again, some swayam portal, NPTEL, OER Africa, OER, many OER materials are there. With this I'll conclude my presentation. If you have any doubt, please, the forum is open.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, in case you have any clarification, you can unmute yourself and ask to the guest speaker. Dear participants, you can also use question and answer session or in the chat box for your clarification of doubts.
Sir, I have a doubt. So
Yes, ma'am, please.
if we are using open resource, then no need to write the reference.
No, ma'am, that's what I put my PPT also. No, like in that part, we need to mention that this particular document or it will be CC content, like that they have a license will be given in that material. You need to adapt that license. We need to give that source also. So I told you about two things. One is plagiarism, other one is copyright. If it is CC content, there is no this one, like even though if you are putting a source, it will be, there is no plagiarism, but there will be part of copyright issue will be there. But in OER material, most of the material will be CC content only, but you need to give the reference who is the author. That's it enough. Anything else?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It was really an informative session. I have learned actually many things in this because I have completed my PhD. But even though I don't know all these things, so many advanced research and all is available. Thank you so much for your wonderful explanation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, as our participants, Dr. Danapaki ma'am said, it was very informative. We were not aware of all these things. Generally, we do Google search and we copy the images and we paste. right now we learned, all the participants, including our own team, we learned everybody how to take the images and use it in a right way. It was very informative, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, that's what I want to tell you. One more point. Even if you are using the copyrighted content, that you may able to see my first slide. I think in the first slide I put a copyrighted disclaimer. You need to
Yes,
mention the
sir.
disclaimer with the act where you are using fair use policy. If you are using that, it is little okay. You are avoiding little infringement aspects.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And today is an important day for all of us. First of all, I would like to congratulate each and everyone, including the team, on successfully completing the 7 days of virtual faculty development program. No doubt that our department is expanding year by year, and I heartily congratulate all the members who have contributed to the success of the program. Such programs strengthen a wholesome development of the personality professionally. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. S. Lenin, sir, to proceed with the vote of thanks formally. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Savitri. Say, it is happy to host that word of thanks today. Good afternoon, everyone. As we gathered here on concluding 7-day virtual development program, it's a moment filled with reflection, gratitude, and sense of accomplishment. This week has been journey of knowledge, collaboration, and growth, and we are immensely grateful for the active participation and enthusiasm shown by each one of you. Throughout the week, we delved into various facts of expression, and each session has contributed to our collective understanding. From this intricacies of criteria to define a research problem and methodology to today's enlightening discussion on online educational resources, we have explored various topics that are at the front of modern education. The key takeoff includes the importance of adapting to the evolving landscape of online resources, leveraging technology for active technologies, and fostering a collaborative learning environment. We have learned not only from our distinguished speakers, but also from a rich exchange of ideas among the participants. As we look back at this week, it is evident that this program has been resounding a success. The success is not just measured in the number of sessions conducted or topics covered, but in the vibrant discussions, meaningful connections, and shared commitments to advancing education. The virtual space may have kept us physically apart, but has not hindered our collective pursuit of knowledge. It is not easy to conduct 7 days faculty development program. It needs collective support from all the resources. Now it's time to thank all. I want to express my gratitude to our Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, and Registrar of SRM Institute of Science and Technology for their support and providing opportunity to enrich our knowledge. I thank our Dean, Dr. A. Doraisamy, Deputy Dean, Dr. S. Albert Anthony Raj, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology for their support and guidance. Our sincere thanks to Head of the Department, Dr. S. Kamandarasi, ma'am, for providing opportunity to organize these 7-day faculty development program to deserved participants. Our heartfelt thanks to distinguished speakers, Dr. S. Sivakumar from Ethiopia, Dr. Florence John from Madras Christian College, Dr. Bastin Jerome from St. Joseph College, Trichy, Dr. D. Vijayakumar, Crescent University, Chennai, Dr. Subhendu Kumar Pradhan, VIT University, Vellore, Dr. S. Amudarani from Sri Kalishwari College of Sivagasi, and Dr. R. Perumal Raja from Nagaland Central University for their knowledge sharing to our FDP program. We thank all the faculties of the Department of Commerce and scholars for their fullest support and cooperation to complete these 7 days faculty development program successfully. Our deepest thanks to ITKM of SRM Institute of Science and Technology for their timely technological support to organize this faculty development program. I want to express my deepest gratitude and to all the participants who have been an integral part of this program. Your dedication to professional development and your active engagement have truly made this virtual gathering vibrant and dynamic. The success of this program rests on your commitment to enhancing your knowledge and skills, and for that, we thank you. Finally, we thank MCT and everyone who has contributed to the success of this program. As we conclude this 7-day journey, let's carry forward the knowledge gained, the connection made, and this inspiration derived from this program into our future endeavors. Thank you all for being a part of this remarkable journey. We look forward to seek you in future education initiatives. Have a wonderful day. Dear participants, after this validity session, feedback form and first set of participants certificate link will be shared both email and WhatsApp link. The participant list will be shared based on the serial number, their own serial number, download their certificates. The second list will be shared before this day. Thank you.
On the outset, I would like to thank the organizing conveners. Without them, the program would never be successful. The list of conveners were Dr. J. Salman Tangudari sir, Dr. S. Lenin sir, Dr. U. Priya ma'am, Dr. K. Shivaperumal sir for the success of this 7 days virtual faculty development program. It has been a great day and wonderful morning with you all to join virtually. On behalf of Department of Commerce, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Katan Kulatur, I again thank you all for your valuable presence. Good day to each and every one of you. Thank you all. The feedback link, as said by the sir, it is shared in the group and the certificate link also. Thank you all, dear participants.
Thank you, Savita ma'am. Thank you, each and everyone, for your participation. So, feedback link is already shared in the chat box. Our heartfelt thanks to today's session speaker, Dr. Perumal Raja sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's been inspirational speech, and everyone got new information, which is we are not at all aware of it. We got the informations. Actually, for the young researchers, it's been a wonderful session for them to get information, research informations, and so to get the secondary data easily. So thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for your wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I need to express my thank you also.
So you're welcome.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Perumal sir.
Thank you, Perumal sir, for a wonderful
Thank you.
session. Thank you so much for the valuable time you have spent with us and sharing your knowledge, sir. And any participants, if you want to tell that any comments apart from filling up the feedback link, you can unmute yourself and you can speak. So the organizers, very good job and well organized within a short span of the time. Good job, Solomon sir, Lenin sir, Shivaperumal sir, and Priya madam.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. With your support, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can able to do it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me. I'm Muthulakshmi from Kumarguru College of Liberal Arts and Science. Actually, the program, all the 7 days, it was well organized. And all the sessions were really very informative and interesting too. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful FTP program.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.